So far during the 2023 NFL season, there is still two teams that remain undefeated, the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Nobody's really talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, but everybody's talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Even comparing Brock Purdy to Tom Brady, and also he's making history as being the first NFL quarterback in the Super Bowl era to go 5-0 in each of his two seasons in his first 10 starts in the regular season for the San Francisco 49ers. Both the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles are both trying to head to the playoffs. But how did other historical NFL teams did when they start 5-0 and better? Since 1990, there have been 68 teams that started 5-0 and better. But there have been 4 teams that have not made the playoffs starting 5-0 and actually better. The first one up is 2009 Denver Broncos. They started 6-0, but after 10, they were 6-4, and they finished 8-8. The next one up is actually the 2009 Giants. They actually started 5-0. Then after 10, they did the same thing as the Denver Broncos. They finished 6-4 after 10 games, and they finished 8-8. Next up was the 2003 Vikings. They started 6-0, but they finished 6-4 after 10, and they finished 9-7. Last but not least, the 1993 Saints. They started 5-0, and after 10, they finished 6-4, and again, they finished 8-8. So those are the only 4 teams since 1990 that have missed the playoffs. As for the rest of the 64 teams, let's see historically how they did. 13 teams that actually started 5-0 or better have lost in the wild card round. And 11 of those teams that started 5-0 or better, they actually lost in the divisional round. And 9 of those teams that started 5-0 better lost in the conference championship. And the most craziest number is 22 teams that started 5-0 or better have made the Super Bowl. But none of those teams only won. Who were those 9 teams that actually won the Super Bowl out of the 22 that made it? First off was the 1990 New York Giants. Well, the New York Giants actually started 11-0 before their first loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then they lost again back-to-back to San Francisco 49ers, and their last loss was the Buffalo Bills and actually finished 13-3 and went on to win Super Bowl 25. The second team to start 5-0 or better and went on to win the Super Bowl, the 1991 Washington Redskins. They actually started 12-0, but they lost to the Dallas Cowboys in their 13th game, and they lost in their final season finale regular season game to the Philadelphia Eagles, but they went on to win Super Bowl 26. The third team that actually went to the Super Bowl and actually won it starting 5-0 and better was the 1997 Denver Broncos, and they actually started 6-0, but when they came off the bye, they actually lost to the Oakland Raiders. But in the next 10 games, they actually finished 6-4, but they finished overall record of 12-4, and they won Super Bowl 32. But also, the Denver Broncos actually won the next year's Super Bowl, Super Bowl 33, because the 1998 Denver Broncos actually started 14-0, but lost 2 out of their last 3 games, and they finished 14-2, but won Super Bowl 33. The fifth team that started 5-0 and actually won the Super Bowl was the 1999 St. Louis Rams, and they actually started 7-0, but they lost back-to-back games between the Tennessee Titans and the Detroit Lions, and they lost their season finale to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they actually finished 7-3 in the final 10 games, giving them an overall record of 13-3, and they went on to win Super Bowl 34. The sixth team to start 5-0 and better and they made it to the Super Bowl and won it is the 2004 New England Patriots, and they actually started 6-0 till they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But after the first 6-0 start, they actually became 8-2 in their final 10 games, giving them a record of 14-2, and went on to win Super Bowl 39. The seventh team that actually won the Super Bowl by starting 5-0 or better is the 2006 Indianapolis Colts, and they actually started 9-0 before losing 4 out of their last 7 games. giving them the overall record of 12-4, but they went on to win Super Bowl 41. The 8th team that actually started 5-0 and went on to win the Super Bowl was the 2009 New Orleans Saints, and they actually started 13-0 before losing their last 3 games, giving an overall record in their last 10 games 7-3, but they went on to win Super Bowl 44. The last team up to this date to start 5-0 and win the Super Bowl is the 2015 Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos actually started 7-0 before losing back-to-back games to the Indianapolis Colts and Kansas City Chiefs. They went 6-4 in their last 10 games, giving them a record of 12-4, and they went on to win Super Bowl 50. So starting 5-0 and better, well, it gives you a mixed bag of everything. You can certainly miss the playoffs. It is possible, but less likely that will actually happen to these two teams. But they can also have a higher possibility of losing in the wild card and divisional. That happens to half of these teams that actually made the playoffs. But it's not out of the question to reach the Super Bowl because more than 22 teams actually made the Super Bowl, but it's less likely to actually win the Super Bowl. Let me know in the comments down below how these two teams will finish after starting 5-0. Are they going to make it to the playoffs? Most likely. Will they lose in the wild card round? Will they lose in the divisional? Will they make the Super Bowl? Or can they win the whole thing? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you for watching.